Good evening and welcome to tonight's Teletown Hall with candidate Mike Carey and special guest President Donald J. Trump. Following tonight's remarks, we will hold a brief one-question survey, so please remain on the line. And now from Ohio's 15th Congressional District, Mike Carey.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Carey, running to be your next congressman from the 15th Congressional District. First and foremost, I want to say how honored I am to have President Trump on the phone with us tonight and to be the only candidate, the absolute only candidate with his endorsement. The people of this district love President Trump, and they want a congressman who will fight like he did for them in Washington. That's why I'm running. We need more fighters in Washington and less career politicians. And like President Trump, I owe nothing to the swamp, and I will take on anyone who refuses to put America first. Listen, Election Day is August 3rd. And early voting has already started. So please get out and vote and help us win on August 3rd. Now it is my great honor to introduce our president, President Donald J. Trump. Mr. President.
Well, thank you very much, Mike, and it's an honor to be with you, and you're a friend, and you're a great patriot. And most importantly, hello, Ohio. I really appreciate the great victory we had on November 3rd. We had a victory, a record-setting number, and just Ohio and I have always gotten along. We did our job like nobody's ever done for Ohio, and you responded like you've never responded before. So I appreciate it. As you know, we have a big deal coming up, a special Republican primary election on Ohio 15th, and it's the congressional district. It's going to be on Tuesday, August 3rd. I need you to get out and vote for Mike Carey in the Republican primary. And after that, we win it, and we're going to win it very easily. But Mike is an outstanding person. He's the only candidate in the race that has my complete and total endorsement. Nobody else. I know that they have other candidates going out and saying that Trump is endorsing me. They have my picture all over the place. I guess they like me, so that's an honor. But, you know, I'm endorsing Mike. I'm not endorsing anybody else. Some of the people that are using my name, I don't even know who they are. I'd never even heard of them. Mike was born and raised in the 15th District and is a conservative warrior. That's all I can say. He's a warrior. He's tough and strong and smart, and he was a really successful guy. But he'll fight for the America First agenda in Congress. Mike will stand up for Ohio workers and families and support fair trade deals. You know what I did with NAFTA? I got rid of it, worst trade deal ever made in the history of our country, and I replaced it with the USMCA, that's Mexico, Canada. And it was incredible. It's been incredible, and that's why our country is doing well now. Of course, if you look at the policies of Biden, it's not going to do well for very long. Inflation is going to kill everything, and a lot of things are really horrible, what's happening with different elements. But we cut taxes more than any other president, and we also had more in job-killing regulations. We have knocked out job-killing regulations more than any president in history, whether they're in 4 years or 8 years or in one case more. Mike will always fight to protect you from Nancy Pelosi and Biden's job-crushing radical left policies, and you see that more and more right now. There's a lot of buyer's remorse, but there shouldn't, because we got 75 million votes and we did great in the election. Far better than we did in the first election, if you want to know the truth. As you know, 12 million more votes. Mike believes in strong borders. He'll vote and shut down the Biden border disaster. It's one of the great disasters in the history of our country. We have people flowing into our country. They're releasing prisoners. They're emptying their jails. The jails are being emptied right into our country. And these are serious criminals. It's a horror show. He'll end catch and release, which we did. We had a stay in Mexico policy that they want to end. So now it's going to be called stay in the United States. And we're talking about some really bad people coming out of jails. So we want to stop the border crisis, and it'll happen quickly. But we have to have Mike Carey and people like Mike in Congress. Mike is the only veteran in the race, and he'll support our military and our vets in Congress. The vets just gave me a 92% approval rating, first time that's ever been anywhere near that tough, that high. And we were tough on a lot of different things, what we did for the vets, but the vets gave us the highest approval rating ever gotten by a president. But Mike will be very, very tough on crime. You're seeing it more and more now under this regime. It's horrible what's happening with crime. And he'll never be defunding the police. That I can tell you. I know Mike well. He's not a defunder. They are. Now they're trying to get out of that, but they can't get out of it, and they have too many people won't let them get out of it. Mike has spent much of his career standing up for Ohio coal workers, and I did that more than anybody, and now, as you know, there's a war on coal like nobody's ever seen before. I told you that was going to happen, and I got out of the Paris Climate Accord. It's a one-sided, horrible agreement that's so unfair to the United States. It'll stop Joe Biden's attack on American. If you look, we were energy independent a few months ago, and now just take a look. It was $1.87 for gasoline, $1.87, and now it's $3.50. It's going up to $5, $6. It's going up to whatever it is going to go up. It's just crazy what they're doing to our country. They're destroying our country. Mike will stand up to Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden's radical plan to indoctrinate our children with critical race theory and other toxic anti-American lies. It's a disgrace. He'll always protect our Second Amendment, religious liberty, and the right to life. He will always be doing that. Other candidates in the race are, again, they're saying they have my support. They do not have my support. I know Mike Carey. He's a true outsider. He's a true fighter. He's a warrior, and he's going to win. So I just want to let you know early voting is on right now. It's underway. Election day is on Tuesday, August 3rd. So we love Ohio. Mike loves Ohio. He was born right there in that district, and he's going to be an incredible congressman. And he will never let you down. He never will. He never lets anyone down. So, Mike, I just want to hand it back to you, but I just want to thank everybody. I hear there are thousands and thousands of people on the phone. And I just want to thank everybody for taking the time. And if you could take a little more time and go get a true, wonderful warrior, professional as your congressman, he will be somebody that you will cherish for the rest of your lives. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Like the president said, I will not stop until these Democrats until we stop the Democrats from putting socialism into our Constitution. We need to do everything we can to protect our First and Second Amendment rights that are constantly under attack today. And I will never compromise on my conservative values. So with that, I thank you all for being on tonight. I know we have some cleanup questions that we have to do.